Om Shri Sai Ram, loving pranams at Bhagawan's lotus feet. In the Sathya Sai Vahini, which Swami initially referred to as the Bharatiya Paramatma Vahini, we are in the chapter The Miracle of Miracles, which helps us further explore the beauty and the grandeur of the Bharatiya culture, the Indian culture. One of the points which Swami highlights in the chapter Miracle of Miracles is the resilience of the Bharatiya culture, its indestructibility. It says that Bharatiya culture stood the test of time. Swami talks about the many invasions that have happened, the many attempts to destroy Bharatiya culture. But if you see, Bharatiya culture stood the test of time, and each time it looked like there was a temporary setback, but Bharatiya culture has always bounced back. The strong resilience of the Bharatiya culture is what Swami highlights. Swami also says that, there's a legend of the 1,000-hooded serpent, the Adishesha. So, on each hood of the serpent, there's a particular jewel. And till such time the jewel exists on the serpent's hood, the hood cannot be destroyed. Similarly, Bhagawan says that each nation has a unique purpose. And till such time the nation sticks to its true purpose, it can never be destroyed. So the Bharatiya culture has always adhered to Dharma, Sathya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Himsa, Dharma being the basis. And that ensures Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. Dharma protects the one who protects it. And the Bharatiya culture has always stuck to the higher things in life. Of course, there's been worldly progress, but worldly progress is always a byproduct of spiritual progress. And Bharatiya culture has always been the Tyaga Bhumi, the Yoga Bhumi, not the Bhoga Bhumi, like Bhagawan would always say. In fact, Bhagawan would say that if you compare the different countries in the world to rooms, Bhagawan would say that Bharat is actually the puja room, the shrine room in the house. Similarly, Bhagawan would say that if you compare the entire world to a train, Swami would say that the engine of the train is Bharat. And humorously would add that, you perform a lot of yajnas in Bharat, and thus, the smoke which comes from the engine is akin to the smoke coming from the yajna. Similarly, amongst the Pandava brothers, Swami would say that, Arjuna is like, say a country like United States, the Bhima is like Russia, etc. And but Bhagavan would say that Dharmaputra or Yudhishthira, whose adherence to Dharma was unwavering, is Bharat. And he would say that is why, if you see the brothers, though, Arjuna was known for his great prowess, physical prowess, mental prowess. Again, Bhima was known for his Bhuja Bala, but yet they were subservient. They always followed Bharat, and thus Bharat, because of his adherence to Dharma, would thus lead the world. So that again Bhagavan talks about as the greatness, the grandeur of the Bharatiya culture. Still remember that many years ago, once Bhagavan, we were seated in Bhagavan's presence, and Bhagavan had asked us to learn a particular very beautiful poem in Hindi. And Some of these lines Bhagawan taught us himself, and Bhagawan sang these verses. He sang it with a lot of, his feeling for his great feeling of love for Bharat was palpable. Let me offer one of those verses. One of the verses go like this. Bhagawan was there, in our physical presence when this verse was being sung. The verse goes like this. देवेश को जहाँ पर अवतार लेना भाया, यह मातृभूमि मेरे, यह पितृभूमि मेरे, यह मातृभूमि मेरे. देवेश को जहाँ पर अवतार लेना भाया, where the Lord of Lords had no option but to be born. That is my motherland. Yah matrabhumi mere, yah pitrabhumi mere. The greatness of this land, Bharat, is so much that the Lord of Lords had to incarnate again and again and again and again in this land. That is the greatness of the Bharatiya culture. We have just celebrated yet the Independence Day. It is a great moment of pride and joy for us to think about the blessing that we have had to be born in this holy land of Bharat, where the Lord of Lords incarnated again and again and again. By Swami's grace, we'll continue our exploration of the beauty and profundity of the Bharatiya culture in the subsequent episodes, taking Swami himself as our guide, a companion, and based on the Sathya Sai Vahini which he has given us, the Bharatiya Paramartha Vahini. Jai Sai Ram.